The final problems that we need to be able to solve in the review are problems that look like this. So we have a word problem, we have a description, and we're going to have to apply the factor and remainder theorems. So what they've given us is they've given us an equation. We have two coefficients that are missing, and those are what we have to find. We know that it's divisible by x plus 2. That means the remainder here is 0. And when we divide by 2x minus 1, our remainder here is negative 35. So how we use these two pieces of information is that we know that when we plug in, so from here, if we were doing synthetic division, our c, the number that we put up in the corner, would be a negative 2. And here, the c that we would use would be a positive 1/2. So when we plug these in, what it's going to look like is when we plug in, so to the expression, even with the a and the b and everything, when we plug in a 1/2, that's going to be equal to negative 35. And when we plug in a negative 2, that will be equal to 0. And when we plug in, that means that we're going to take the original equation, and for every x, we're going to put the number that's inside the parentheses. So here we would have 2, something is cubed, plus a, something is squared, plus b times something, minus 30, equals 35, negative 35. Let's fix that, negative 35. Come on. Negative 35. And when we plug in the negative 2, so we have 2 times something cubed plus a times something squared plus b times something minus 30 equals 0. Over here, we're plugging in 1/2. Over here, we're plugging in negative 2. And your first step to complete this is to go through and multiply everything. So if we start over here, we would have 1/2 cubed, which is 1 times 1 times 1 on the top, and 2 times 2 times 2 on the bottom. So we'll have a 1 on the top, and that'll be times a 2. So we will have 2 over 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, plus 1/4 a plus 1/2 b minus 30 equals negative 35. And then we'll simplify this. We have a 1/4 plus 1/4 a plus 1/2 b equals, we will add the 30, so we have a negative 5 over here. Now we have some fractions. So whenever we have fractions and we're going to have to do more with the equation, what I suggest is getting rid of your fractions. The largest denominator here is 4, and 2 divides into 4. So I'm going to multiply everything by 4. So that means every single thing that I see will get multiplied by 4. 1/4 times 4 is 1. Plus 1/4 times 4 is 1a. 1/2 times 4, that would be 4 divided by 2. So that's 2. And then we have b equals negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Then I'm going to move that 1 over, so we have a plus 2b equals negative 21. So there's our first equation where we have a and b. We can eventually solve for that. Now let's go back over to our purple equation where we plugged in negative 2. So we're going to solve out all of that just like we did the other one. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8 times 2 is negative 16 plus negative 2 squared is 4a. B times negative 2 is negative 2b minus 30 equals 0. Then we have negative 16 and negative 30. We're going to add both of those. So add 30, add 16. That'll give you a positive 46 over here. and we have 4a minus 2b over here. Now, it's up to you what you want to do. Right now, there's a lot of coefficients in this problem, so I would divide out what 4, 2, and 46 have in common. 4, 2, and 46 are all even numbers, so I would divide all of these by 2. So our equation would be 2a minus b equals 23. Okay, now that we have two equations that are just numbers and a's and b's, we are going to use these two equations to find a and b. It's up to you. You choose one where to start, but you need to solve for a or b. What I did is I ended up over here, and I subtracted 2b because it would be so easy to solve for a there. So I did a equals negative 21 minus 2b. And if this is a, what you need to do is take this and plug it into the other equation. So instead of a, I'm going to write negative 21 minus 2b. So I have 2 times a, which is now negative 21 minus 2b. And then I have minus b equals 23. Now that I have all b's, I can solve for b and get a value, and then I'll be half done with this problem, and all I need to figure out is a. So I distribute the 2, negative 42 minus 4b minus b equals 23. Then we can add the 42 and combine the b's, so adding 42, that will give me a 65 over here. Negative 4b minus b is a negative 5b. I need to get b alone, so divide by negative 5. So b is negative 13. There's b. Now I just need a. So what you're going to do, whichever equation that you chose, you need to go to the other one and plug b in to find a. So we're going to come back up here. A is negative 21 minus 2 times negative 13. So this is negative 21 plus 26. So A is 5. We have answered the question. We have a value for A and we have a value for B. So if we were going to rewrite our final answer, if we needed to rewrite it, we would have had 2x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 30. So 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 13x. And was that plus or minus 30? Minus 30. That's what the polynomial looks like with a and b put in.